Hey, what's up guys? It's me, Ali, Alicia, whatever you guys call me. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Saturday, February 13th, because tomorrow's Valentine's Day. It's almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon. John just left for work, so I decided I should pick up my camera and record a little bit for you guys today. So something that I wanted to talk about with you guys today was survivor's guilt. And even though I'm still battling cancer, I do feel like that I have guilt for that I still am here, while every year for the last how many years I've had friends or just acquaintances that I've met who have cancer, had cancer, and they have passed away and everything. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit because I think that's kind of what I've been feeling lately, because I've been a little down, and I guess you could say I've been wallowing in self-pity a little bit, but it's more like feeling guilty and everything. So sometimes I don't even know where to start. So sometimes I feel like that I'm just kind of like a burden on other people, and that I should be able to take care of myself because, one, I'm not even actively going through cancer treatments, and there's people who are going through active treatments that really can't take care of themselves, and they need others to take care of them. And I just feel guilty that I need so much help with so many things all the time, whether it's because I'm just mentally not there or something. And yeah, I don't even know how to explain what survivor's guilt is really. So this is from a website so here, many people living with cancer experience guilt. Guilt is a feeling of blame and regret that is usually hard to accept and express. Guilt often leads people to replay what if and if only scenarios in their mind to figure out what they could have done differently. People with cancer may feel guilt at various times for different reasons. For example, you may feel guilty because you could have noticed symptoms earlier or gone to the doctor sooner. You worry that you are a burden to your family or caregivers. The treatment you received did not work the way you had hoped. The cancer comes with financial costs or causes you to spend time away from work for treatment. I'm just going to keep reading from this first. Sorry, I'm a little bit all over the place. But survivor's guilt, or guilt that has to do with cancer, can come from not just people who are fighting cancer, but family, friends, and caregivers can experience kind of a survivor's guilt thing too. So I guess it's kind of these are things that kind of how I feel a little bit. So family, friends, and caregivers of people with cancer may also experience guilt because they are healthy while someone they care about is ill, are not able to help more, cannot make the person with cancer healthier, feel stressed or sad about themselves. Excuse me. So another reason why I wanted to talk about this was because I saw a girl who, I can't remember if she's done with treatment, but she was talking about how she has survivor's guilt, and we're in a group chat together too. But anyways, she was mentioning about how she had met a friend that they relapsed around the same time, and long story short, she's still here and her friend isn't, and he wasn't able to make it to his 21st birthday, and she just turned 21. And that really made me think about how I've been feeling lately. Kind of how she feels about it is how I feel that I've been feeling a lot lately, because I just feel guilty that I'm still here, even though I'm not a cancer survivor. I'm a cancer fighter. I'm not actively going through treatments, and I feel guilty. Sometimes I feel guilty that I'm not going through treatments, and there's other people who are suffering through their chemotherapy, radiation, immunotherapy, bone marrow transplants, and everything. But at the same time, I'm jealous of them because they have options to try to fight their cancer. So it's kind of just always a bunch of mixed emotions that I always have. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel. I don't know what's okay to feel and what's not. And I've talked about it before in the group chat that I'm in. And in the end, cancer is cancer. Whether you're done with treatments already or you're not going through treatments, everyone copes and deals with things differently. Everyone feels some amount of guilt for either they got to ring the bell at the end of their treatments and they're cancer free now, or some people who may never be able to ring that bell, like me. I personally don't think I'll ever be able to ring that bell. I think I will always have cancer, and that's just the reality of it. But at the same time, like I've said, I feel guilty that like I'm still here and other people aren't. Because I'm not really supposed to be here. When I first got diagnosed with cancer, I've talked about it before. I had an emergency surgery because a tumor had burst and everything, and I had lost more than half my blood volume. And I don't know, I just feel like I should have died that day and I shouldn't be here. I feel like it's unfair that I still get to be here and my friends that I've met through cancer support groups and group chats and everything, they're not here anymore, and it's sometimes I just feel like I don't have the right to be here, to exist, to be able to live in this life. And sometimes feeling that way, it makes me go into this like little depression and everything. So my room, if I never have the door open, then it's usually dark in here and everything, and sometimes I'll spend hours or days inside my room. I'll only come out of the room to eat or something. And like so a lot of people don't really notice that because I don't live at home anymore with my brothers and my family, and John's at work 4 or 5 days a week and everything. And so sometimes I just shrink into my cave, my hole. And with the pandemic that's happening too, it's just hard to like, it's just hard, it's difficult, and I'm not exactly sure how to explain it. The feeling of the guilt that I feel, it comes and goes. Like I'll have really good days, really good weeks, good months, and then all of a sudden like I'll just start feeling guilty because I overthink about everything, and something can trigger me, and sometimes that trigger can put me into this spiral for days at a time. And I'm usually fairly good at keeping like things to myself, like in that sense. But yeah, it's just I don't know how to let go of that guilt sometimes. I just don't know how to let that go sometimes. Okay, so everyone experiences their guilt differently. So I was just trying to kind of explain how I feel, what goes through my mind and everything. I don't even know if I explained that. But I do think that I do have like part of like my PTSD diagnosis is from being the first time I got diagnosed with cancer, and then when I relapsed and everything, even though it wasn't really a relapse, I technically always had cancer. The biggest advice that I have for people, like especially for people who have like such rare diseases, even if you feel like you don't belong in that support group or in that group chat with a bunch of other cancer fighters, cancer survivors that are going through active treatments that have options, at least the groups that I have found, they have been so helpful. They have always been there to support me throughout my journey because, as I said, not every cancer journey is the same. Every journey is different. Everyone goes through different things, different treatments, whether there is treatments or no treatments and everything. So I highly advise, if you are dealing with some kind of like survivor's guilt or something, to find a support group with other people who are going through something similar. Not everyone's situation is going to be exactly the same, so please keep that in mind. It took me 5, 6, it's taken basically my entire cancer journey to realize that like my journey is never going to be like someone else's, that my journey is always going to be my own. I may never have chemotherapy or anything like that, and I've just had to learn to live with the fact that there aren't options for me right now. And yeah, I don't even know where I'm going with this anymore. I'm gonna stop talking now because there's a lot of things going through my head right now. But anyways, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. If you have any questions, comment them down below or reach out to me on social media. And yeah, I think that's it. So I will see you guys again soon for another vlog.